What's going on, guys? Oh my Godzilla here, back with another episode of our PodZilla show, our Godzilla podcast. Super stoked on this episode. We got Shin RobJira here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime, man. I'm sorry it took so long to get here, but I'm here.
No worries, no worries. Glad to have you. We didn't miss a beat, so we are good. I just appreciate you taking the time.
Anytime, man. I always enjoy sitting down, talking Godzilla, whatever have you. So
Yeah.
This was a no-brainer, had to.
Yeah, well, appreciate. Yeah, these have been pretty fun and entertaining and good way to connect with everybody. And as we were actually just chatting before we hit the record button here, we were talking Godzilla memorial boxes. I just did a video on the 40th anniversary one, really awesome. So we're chatting about that. And then Rob Jura brought up the possibility of a future memorial box, like for 70 or 75 years of Godzilla, and we got to talking about that. So just give me the rundown off the top of your head. If that happened, what would you want to see?
Oof, man, what wouldn't I want to see? I mean, definitely not the 2019 1954. Definitely not that. But
No.
it would be nice to see like all the original molds come back, maybe with some new paint. I'm a simple guy when it comes to my vinyl figures. As long as they move at the arms, the legs, maybe the tail and the head, and as long as they look good, I'm all about it. I mean, I'm obsessed with the Godzilla collection now. So if I really had any power in me, I'd be like, just make them all that size, maybe a little bit more on the accurate side, a little bit of paint here and there, and I'd be happy. Sure, I'd be like out probably $1,000, but as we said, that would be totally worth it.
Right? Yeah.
Why not?
In the new memorial box, definitely find a way to make it work. But it'd be interesting to see what they did, because in the 50th, they definitely lean a little heavier towards Godzilla, having a ton of different Godzilla suits in that one, and then sprinkle in some other guys. But then the 40th anniversary box, they only had only one Godzilla and 13 other kaiju. So
it's just wild. I mean, can you imagine every single Godzilla design with every single kaiju attached to that design? That would be, I might have to buy another like room
just for the one box. I know. And imagine the shipping cost alone would be $200 to ship it.
Oh yeah, easy grand, man, easy grand. But as we said, that'd be worth it.
Yeah, if they were to do every single thing from Godzilla 1954 all by himself, all the way up to and hitting every suit and every other kaiju, and oh my goodness, I would definitely have to find a way to get that, but it would be insane how many. So we should sit down sometime and figure out how many different figures that would be if you did every single figure from every single movie.
Oh geez. Well, for one thing, that would be shelf genocide right there, because oh my god, I'd have to buy all new shelves.
Right, like you said, you need a whole other room for it. I know. I feel like I just reorganized my collection and had a ton. I had a good amount of empty shelf space, and in 3 months, it's I have a quarter of what I thought I had.
So that filled up pretty quickly, especially last year.
Like, oh yeah.
I had so much room. There was at least a little bit of wiggle room and some empty shelves, and now they're all full.
I know, man. We just need to start buying Godzilla houses at this point, because a room is not enough.
Honestly, it's just like it's like buying a hype house, but it's just for the Godzilla stuff.
Right.
Just a large, lovely piece of property. It's like, oh, you live here? It's like, nah, all my figures are in there, and it's like. Huh?
This is the house for my toys.
Yeah. Or at least let me move into the nice place, all my figures at the other house.
Right.
Exactly. Even then, I'd probably be running out by the end of the year, because it just keeps coming. Like, I started the month of March thinking, okay, I'll be able to skirt through pretty easily. I have it all figured out in my head. And then everything from Hobbylink Japan drops. Everything from Big Bad Toy Store drops a couple of weeks later. It's like, and even today, I got 2 notifications about shit coming in, and I'm like, I need to get more money first. Relax.
Exactly. I know.
I guess with the way everything's been, everything's just starting to catch up, and it's just getting nuts now. because I've had stuff on pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store for a year, and now it's coming out, and it's
Yeah, I'm definitely right there with you with some of the everything's sneaking up all at once, and you plan it out, and you think you got it mapped, and then things get pushed, and dates get moved, and all of a sudden you're
nope.
out. You know, one week, Big Bad Toy Store is charging you $1,200.
Yep, pretty much. Big Bad Toy Store, Hobbylink Japan, Amiya, the whole 9 yards, the whole kit and caboodle. It's like all your money's gone. You're done.
I know. I know it. And I guess
it's both terrifying and awesome at the same time.
Right. Yeah, that's what I guess that's kind of one of the benefit we reap and the price we pay of Godzilla becoming a little bit, I guess you could say, bigger or more, you know, with more American companies and more stuff seems to be coming out now than ever. And obviously it's awesome because we have a lot to choose from. But if you're somebody who hates seeing a pre-order pop up and not going for it, it's a little painful because you got to become a little more picky and choosy over what you spend your money on. Because
and even in that aspect, it's starting to get a lot because Mezco's here, Playmates is here now, Hiya Toys is doing statues and then articulated figures, and Super 7 and Bandai's tossing out all this stuff. X Plus, SH Monster Arts. It's getting wild. It's just I really miss that middle ground because NECA was middle ground, and I'm hoping like Hiya Toys kind of comes in because what is it? UltraZilla has been talking about their Alien versus Predator figures forever. Like he's been on the Hiya Toys wave for a while, and every time he uploads a review of those, I have to check them out. And it's like, if they're doing Godzilla like Monsterverse, apparently, if they're doing Monsterverse styled figures like these, this is the most hype thing I've seen because they're going to be awesome. But now waiting and the waiting, and then Super 7, and they've got their Ultimates coming out, and then there's the waiting for that. It's my God, it's like working a full-time job for yourself.
It is, only it costs you money instead of
costs you money instead of making money, which, well, a little bit of half and half there, dependent on everything. But I never thought it would turn into something like this, though. Like, oh God, which one do I choose?
Right, I know it. And yeah, with you mentioning the Super 7 stuff, you know, they released that teaser before they dropped the Biolante in the 89. And I assumed it would be something much lower end because they did those reactions, and then they announced that it seemed like they were just going to do the, I think they had some more Godzilla suits and a couple other Titanosaurus, maybe a couple other kaiju in that reaction line. So I figured those would be pretty, low detail, inexpensive little guys. And then they come out with these figures that look like freaking SH Monster Arts. And they're $85, which is exciting, obviously, because they look great. Absolutely. And I'm super excited for that Rose Biolante. But
dude, instant pre-order for Rose Biolante had to be done.
Yeah, I had to jump on that one immediately. That one, and I didn't know how that would work. So I pre-ordered it before I did. But normally, sometimes I would be a little lax on it, and rush to get a video out on it and whatever, and then pre-order it. But this one, I was like, I got to pre-order this before anyone else sees it, in case, because I've had stuff sell out. One time, I can't remember what it was for. It might have just been like the Battle Mecha Godzilla went up for pre-order on Walmart's website or something, or I don't even remember what it was. I feel like it was something on Big Bad Toy Store, actually. No, it was the Mecha Godzilla 2021. SH Monster Arts went up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, and I did a video just saying like, hey, it's up for pre-order, go grab it if you want it. And then I pre-ordered mine, and then I got a couple of comments on there like, thanks a lot, man, you did a video on this and then it sold out. Like, well, it's not mine. My video, that video didn't even do that good. It only had, by the time like I commented on it, it only had a couple hundred views or something. And they got all these angry comments like, you made it sell out. I doubt it was. I don't think so.
No, that's not how it works at all.
No, not quite, but
nah. But no, that's been happening like a lot as of recently, especially with the Godzilla store vinyl figures. I mean, Retro Color Hedorah, probably the quickest selling vinyl figure I've ever seen sell out on the Godzilla store ever. And then 91 from Movie Monster series, he sold out, went back into stock, sold out. Same with Hedorah. It's been wild. There's like this almost like this newfound like dash to the finish line with these. And as much of a bummer as it can be sometimes, it's also, like you said, it's really exciting because it's like, wow, this is doing flames. Like, wow, they're making their friggin' money. That means we're gonna get more, hopefully.
Right. Yeah.
Bandai.
I hope Bandai's are my favorite, so I hope they keep churning stuff out.
My favorite too. I have the biggest like soft spot for Bandai vinyl figures. Like that's like what started me out. Well, technically it was Trendmasters, but you know, little kid vinyl figure. It's I like that, and it never changed.
Yeah.
never ever changed, and that's a problem.
Yeah. Good
just a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, exactly. So what kind of got you really into, Godzilla and then collecting? Kind of where'd that stem?
Godzilla as a whole, I mean, my dad showed me Godzilla versus Ebirah Horror of the Deep, Sea Monster, something like that. And that was just kind of like it for me. I'm like, this is a dinosaur that shoots something out of his mouth and he's fighting a seafood hors d'oeuvre. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. We got boats that are looking like they're peeing and everything. We've got people on the ground. I'm like, it was such a weird thing to me because at the time I wasn't watching Power Rangers. I wasn't really like watching any of that because whenever I'd go home, it'd either be Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network or the one channel that played dramas for whatever reason. That was like the only 3 channels I ever went on. I don't know why with the whole dramas thing. So that's what started with the movies, and then finding the movies at that point in time in the butt because they were either never at Blockbuster, at least in my area, or when you went to go buy them, they were never like in stock and you'd always miss them by like a minute. But on the collecting side of things, it was Trendmasters. That was the big kick. Trendmasters and a 6-inch Imperial Godzilla. Those were like my first areas of operation. And 1998 happened and I was all over that. And then the unfortunate down Trendmasters. And then it was around that time there was a hobby that had been opening up or had already been there for a while, Limits, and they specialized in import figures, Godzilla, Gundam, Macross, like all the robots, all the kaiju and everything. And that's where I found my at the time first vinyl figure, which was an 8-inch 90-something Godzilla. And I only recently remembered that because I found pictures and no idea where that went. But that's kind of where like the vinyl supremacy happened with me, because I remember even as a kid just always admiring the fact that it looked so good and the paint was so cool and it had a tag that, like the dumb child I was, I ripped off.
Yeah. Been there.
Yeah, but it started on a whim one weekend, and then it kind of just followed me until I was a teenager, and liking Godzilla wasn't cool and getting bullied for liking movies with guys in suits. So it's like, oh, look at this guy with his friggin' dinosaur t-shirt on limb. So it disappeared for a couple of years and then I just didn't give a crap. And then that's when it got worse because all the 50th anniversary collection stuff was coming out. Those cheesy commercials like the original Godzilla series, like on every DVD. And, I was spending money on all of that, everything that my local FYE or Coconuts had. And I think the American leg of X Plus was happening around that time, where they came in like the clamshell boxes and they were smaller. I don't quite remember the line name for that, but those were coming out. Bandai America had recently, or were at least a wave or two into their line. So it kind of all just like lined up for me. It's like, you like Godzilla and you like Godzilla vinyl figures, you're doomed.
Yeah. Say goodbye to having money ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My grandma helped me out a whole bunch with that. And then I found out what SH Monster Arts was, and I got Godzilla 2000 because I'm like, this is friggin' awesome. He doesn't look like he does in the movie. I don't know why. I need this, really finding out why he looks the way he does with the whole concept art thing. And again, well, no, and then 2014 happened, and
Mm-hmm.
that was the alarm clock. That was the proverbial alarm clock. Everybody and their mother woke the fuck up to Godzilla, excuse my language, in 2014. And then for me, the way I always describe 2014 was the alarm clock. Shin Godzilla was the dark roast premium brew coffee that really woke me up, because then that's when the channel first started. That's when the reviews started happening. And my first ever review on the channel was a Shin Godzilla figure. So when the channel had to rebrand, I'm like, yeah, Shin RobJira, that works.
That's a fun. It's a cool name.
So
I
it's
like
kind
it.
of just been steady. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's a good. It's a good name. I like your channel.
Oh, thank you. It's an accident, if you could believe it.
Really? What's the story
Yeah.
behind that?
We were recording a video back when the channel was called Crazy Calyx. Not a lot of people know that, but yeah, the channel originally called Crazy Calyx. Me and my friend Joe ran it together, and it was kind of like a multimedia channel. But this was also around the time where YouTube's like, you do one thing and you do one thing only. If you do anything else, we're not going to push it out. And we found that out the hard way. We were recording a video for it's called Frolicking with Friends, which is where we sat down, we played video games, and would just constantly toss a beer back. It's what we were doing, and it was funny. And unfortunately, the joke was cut, and I don't remember why, but my one friend was just obliterated, and we're playing Mario Party, and he's like, Godzilla, Shin Burrito, Shin RobJira over here. And I'm like, I like that. I made it my Instagram handle. So it was a drunken fool's stammering, just like Shin Go Dies or Shin RobJira. It's like, oh, that works. That have been. And yeah, from there, yeah, Crazy Calyx ended, and then it was Shin RobJira, and then the channel really didn't become where it's at right now until 2020. So it's been a gradual process since 2016, just kind of like slowly evolving into what it is today. And it's been fun.
Yeah, yeah. What kind of got you wanting to talk about Godzilla stuff online and whatnot?
It was always like part of my shtick, because we had the channel like divided. Joe had one half, he was going to handle cartoons and really old video games because that was his thing. And I was going to do music and figure reviews. It was originally going to be a little bit more, but I narrowed it down to that. And the channel kind of like started getting an audience with the music reviews while Joe was working on his own stuff. And then around that time, that's when Shin Godzilla was coming. Like, actually, the channel itself started on July 3rd, and Shin Godzilla came out at the end of the month. And I had been really close with a friend of mine who lives in Japan. His name's Tom. And he was like, yo, there's new Godzilla stuff coming out. Do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, I could probably do a video on that. So he's movie monster series stuff, the series stuff. He sent me like a bunch of like that year one Shin Godzilla stuff, and it was like my second or third video on the channel, and the video just like, we had 5 or 6 subscribers, and the video was just getting like 100 views a day until it hit 1,000. So I was like, maybe I should just start doing this a little bit more often. And
Yeah.
Tom told me about Hobby Link Japan and Hobby Search Japan. And I find out that the movie monster series is back after like this really long like dead period. I was like, I should just do this. I don't know how many other people are doing this. Yeah, I should give it a shot. Maybe it'll work out. And lo and behold, that's eventually just what stuck. That's what stuck. I'm gonna go fetch me a stook. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, the other stuff was performing well, but there would come a time where I'd like upload an album review and people were like, oh, that's cool, when's the next Godzilla review coming out? So I was like, yeah, you know what, I really do want to talk about figures more often. And I tried to do the balance of figures, album reviews, maybe a movie review here and there. And it was just like so like leaning on Godzilla than it was anything else. So I'm like, I got a room full of this stuff. Screw it. I'm going to start a new figure reviewing series where I talk about everything in my collection. And then that was like the absolute turning point. It's like, Rob, stop everything else. Time to do Godzilla stuff. Time to talk about figures. You know, you want it. These people want it. And here we are.
Okay, well, glad it came to that, because I definitely enjoy checking out your channel for sure.
Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that honestly means a lot. I'm so critical of I'll be writing a video and editing a video, and I think, yeah, this is really great. And the video drops and people are enjoying it. I'm like, this is terrible. Dear God. And then, you know, people are like, oh, this made me laugh. And it's like, you're so cringe. And that makes me laugh, because it's always kind of the intent for me to say or do extremely weird or cringy in a video at least one. And it's like, somebody says, you make me cringe. I'm like, I have succeeded.
mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. I made you cringe and I made you want to buy a friggin' figure. So I'm doing great right now.
There you
Pop
go.
the bubbly. Yeah. But no, I'm very glad that you enjoy the content. That means a lot.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of fun. And you're able, you managed to get out content very frequently too. It's
Yeah.
good seeing stuff dropping really frequently on your channel.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I was telling you, I mean, my job is so in shambles right now. I'm almost like half thankful for it, because, you know, I do work. I absolutely do. And I know that's probably like a weird thing considering, you know, how frequent stuff comes out. But there are weeks where I work for like 2 days and then they're just like, yeah, we can't do anything. We don't have anybody here. So see you when we call you. And I just take days where it's like, all right, I need to talk about that. I need to talk about that, and that. I'll sit down with my cup of coffee and I'll just go off. And then
Yeah,
there are days where it's like, no, I'm going to talk about this one thing, and then I'm going to go back to my room and go to sleep. So it's it's a little, the word I'm looking for. It's a little on the vocabulary, intimidating side at times,
okay.
because, you know, people want this specific thing and you want to deliver that specific thing. But it's like, okay, I work for 5 hours. I'm really, really tired. But if I have this fourth cup of coffee, I can make it through these 4 hours and I can have enough energy in me to just sub focus all of it into the core of my soul and just talk about this figure. And if it's a new figure, it's easier because the excitement's there, the adrenaline's there. It's like, oh my God. So it can be a little draining at times, but it never feels like work. And
Yeah,
that's probably the best part. I mean, you know, I think anybody that truly like really likes to create things, be them videos, thumbnails, whatever, I feel like everybody kind of shares the same like mindset. It's like, I would love to do this for a living. And regardless if YouTube's becoming more or less of that, it's always going to be in the back of somebody's head. And I don't know, the way I look at it is, it's like, okay, well, if I sacrifice some me time with Kirby and the Forgotten Land or a new movie or something, I'll have a video to give to people to enjoy and showcase something they might be excited for, something they might be hesitant on. And either way, they're going to get something that they might enjoy and might sell them on it, or might just have them towards something else because they want. And that's kind of just the mindset. It's like, I like doing it. It's a lot of fun. Talk with people. You know, I know not a lot of people like it, but I love hearing videos. People show up, they talk, all the regulars show up, and that's always a lot of fun. And I don't know, it's almost like being Ed Wood and being able to go to all your movie premieres.
Yeah.
I'm not Johnny Depp. That's okay.
I do. That is all right.
Especially now.
Right. So obviously with the, everything seems to be picking up and all these companies are getting into making stuff and whatnot. Did you end up coming out of last year with a couple of favorites that you picked up?
That is a dangerous question. Oh man. Oh boy. Last year. My goodness gracious. It's not a new release, but it was like a holy grail release for me. And that has to be the Godzilla collection 1962 Goji, King Goji. That's been on my list for ages, like decacycles of ages and everything. And finally started using Mandarake, found out that these things go for like 60, 70 before shipping. And I was like, oh, so I had to go out and pick one up right then and there. And honestly, I think compared to like the newer stuff that's been coming out, that's probably 2021. That's probably like my crowning achievement because it's just been so long. It's been so, and it doesn't choke me up about it, but it always gets me. It's like that was the one figure that was in that hobby shop for ages. It was always there at the front desk for ages with a little price tag on it. And it trips me up because I still got it for cheaper off of Mandarake than I would have if I bought it at the hobby day. In better condition too. So that kind of like resonates. Like personal feelings towards it, and just the fact that it's this beefy, chunky vinyl figure with articulation at the knees and tail that can only go a certain way around. It's just, I don't know. It's like magic. It's absolutely like magic. But if I had to pick a new release from last year, I think it's going to be a tie between the Godzilla, the ride Godzilla, and the Heat Ray version of Godzilla Ultima. Those two were pretty heavy hitters for me, for sure.
Yeah, I was really a big fan of the ride one when they did that. That's the first time I've ever used any sort of Japanese site to buy anything. I ended up using, of course, now that it comes up to, I can't remember the name, who I used to buy it from, but
Zen Market.
That's the one. Yep.
So
I'd never done any of those before, but they were pretty good, and I was super stoked. Got those figures, and they're really cool.
Worth the price, honestly. Though I don't like that much. Well, that design, but like the paint on them, the detail, oh man, I could go for an hour just talking about that Godzilla figure and how cool it is. And he's got what did Luminous call it? The boiler room glove hands. I freaking love it. He was like, his hands kind of look like he's wearing boiler room gloves, and I to this day cannot get that out of my head because every time I look at him, and I'm looking at him right now, he's got his hands out like this. It's like, oh, you holding something, ain't you? You got some uranium up in there or something.
Yeah, I got mine right on the bottom shelf down here, so I'm glancing at it. Yeah, it's definitely
beautiful figure.
Are you doing the X Plus of him?
No, I am not, because I had to choose either between getting an X Plus or getting that Ultima, that SHMA Ultima, and the SHMA Jet Jaguar and the SHMA Rodan. So I was like, I really want this dude as an X Plus, because that would be like my second standard X Plus figure. First is obviously Shin Godzilla, go figure. But yeah, for the first time in my life, I chose SH Monster Arts over somebody else.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't come to regret that, Shan, please.
Yeah, I didn't pull the trigger on the ride one. I think it's still available for pre-order. I don't think it's sold out on like Big Bad Toy Store or anything. Maybe I shouldn't be telling you that, but
yeah, don't tell me that.
I was just looking the other day, just to check on the status of a couple things, and I think it's still available. But yeah, I haven't picked one up yet, reserved one, it's definitely tempting, but I need to try my best to keep myself away from the X Plus line because I only have one X Plus, and it was just the Rick 2002 or three one that they did really recently, and that's just because that's my favorite suit. So since I caught that one at a new release, I figured I'd do that, but I have to not do X Plus until I'm completely satisfied with my Bandai and whatnot, and because I'd much rather go back and buy old Bandais that I don't have than start diving into the X Plus line where I know I'm just gonna once I start I'm gonna need everything. So I know that's gonna be a commitment and a half. So
that's gonna be 3 commitments. That's a Titanic sized commitment because
you are correct.
Man, it's like, yeah, $95 for a Bandai figure that came out 5 years ago. Okay, I can do that. Why not? $435 or something like that for this X Plus that looks like it was carved from the tree of life itself. So exquisite. And it's like, whoo, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Bye.
Exactly. But yeah, so I don't really. Do you do much of the X Plus, or you said you only have one X Plus? Is that what?
Yeah, I only have one X Plus. Yeah, that's my 25 centimeter Shin, and then I have now 3 Defo reels: Shin, Kamada-kun, and Ultima. And even growing this year because Jet, Gigan, and Night Color Godzilla 1998. Because I missed out on the first one, and I told myself I would not let myself miss out on the next one because it's Godzilla 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that collection's growing. Okay, well, they're not all going to fit up there. Who am I moving? And that's a whole. Oh,
that's always a fun mission when you have to rearrange the shelves to fit one new thing in, and it takes you an hour, and then you realize you have another new thing coming in next week, and you get to do it all over again. And I don't know how you have your everything set up, but I just redid my collection with the exception of the top shelf is kind of more random stuff. But all these other cubes I have it like 1954 all the way around. So I have everything like by release date. So when I get a new figure, it really is like, okay, everything has to shift.
I have it the exact same way. Start from 1954 release date on, and boy, being a Hedorah fan last year sucked because there was 2 new ones, and then a new one came out this year. I'm like, now I gotta move Megalon over. Now I gotta move Gigan over. Now I gotta move over the 15,000 Jet Jaguar Bandai vinyl figures that came out last year, plus the Playmates.
And right, and now I got my little corner right here. There's all the...
Yeah, I see them. And now we're getting more. Now we're getting more, apparently.
You got the Mezco, SH Monster Arts is getting theirs.
And apparently the movie Monster series is getting Jet Beta along with Salonga, which is like, thank you, but I hate you. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. That one corner down there, you can't see it because it looks like I'm pointing to the void. But that one corner down there will be the death of me, I assure you. Because there is no room because my dummy ass had to go buy that Godzilla store exclusive heavy paint apps King Ghidorah, and the friggin' wingspan, man. It's like, and Ride Ghidorah ain't any better with those wings because it's just
right. Yeah,
you ain't putting anything next to me. It's not gonna happen. Sorry. Like, no more King Ghidorah for a little bit. And if you do another one, just make sure his wings can spin like the old ones could. Please.
Right. I love that on the old ones. We get the wings that fold back.
Hold them back. You can get them nice and close to one another. And now it's just.
Yeah, they're not so nice anymore. Yeah, I got my. I never even really thought of that, but yeah, I guess you're right. It is all just the new ones. Yeah, because I'm looking at my Bandai King of the Monsters Ghidorah, nothing there. The Ride one, even the like Ghidorah or Ghidra, if they renamed him for the Planet Godzilla. I have that guy. He's like tucked in the shelf diagonal because he doesn't quite fit.
Yep, same here. He's on a crisp, obtuse angle right now with Kong and Rodan kind of holding him up.
Yeah, I do miss the days when with the folding wings.
Oh yeah, like now that I'm getting like a whole bunch of older stuff, like I just got a Godzilla Island of Monsters, Monster Island. Oh God, I forget the name of the line. It was based off the show with the toys. I just got a Ghidorah from that line, and it's beautiful. It's fantastic, and the wings fold like they just circle in, and it's perfect. It's like, thank you. You cared about shelf space back in the day, Bandai. What has happened to you?
They really did. Yeah, they used to, and now they are. And I wonder what the reasoning behind that is, because it was also nice to have, even though it wasn't like any sort of movie accurate articulation, just another thing to have articulate is always nice, even if it's super random. Like,
Yeah,
and it definitely seems like
totally.
they're cutting down on they're cutting down on the articulation, and some of the movie monster series seem like they've started to slip a little bit. I always held Bandai as such a, not like an SH Monster Arts standard, but like they had their own standard they'd kind of created. And then some of the new stuff, definitely they have had some good ones, but some of the new stuff just seems a little lazy to some things here and there just kind of misses.
Yeah, like the example I could think of, especially last year, and don't get me wrong, I love the poor boy so much, is that Godzilla Terrestris. It's like fantastic design, but man, oh man, painted dorsal, painted dorsal fin, painted dorsal fins, no painted dorsal fins, painted dorsal fins, no painted dorsal fins. It's like, can you guys just do the call it a day again?
Would that not be easier? I don't know. I don't know what they are doing, but
like, I feel like you guys are making more work, not these specific parts. But hey, if I had a Bandai, I'd be like, hey, yo, time to clean house, bro. I mean, their 1991 movie monster series Godzilla is quite honestly, like, for a standard release, one of their best, because
the new one,
yeah, yeah, like top of the head, tip of the tail. Yep. Like, look at that lovely boy.
Yeah,
like,
and that's one thing they really nailed. And so many, this is in like any video I do, I complain about this, is when they have the cut off of paint at the tail or the head. Like this, yeah, you are correct.
Perfect.
This one is a
straight
really
line. The mouth is nice and glossy. The eyes there, they actually have sculpted in like irises and pupils in there, and it's like, bro, you can't go backwards after this. You can't.
Right.
You can't do that.
Yeah, that was a 2021. So yeah, that was yeah. So hopefully that's a telling sign that they're kind of, they've jumped out of their little slump, and they're gonna keep getting us some good ones, because they did have a lot of good stuff last year. That one was good. I thought the Jet Jaguar they did was good.
Loved him.
The what they do, that Mecha Godzilla, they did, wasn't there a Japan store Mecha Godzilla?
Yes.
That one was really good.
Battle damage color.
Is that what they called it? I think.
Yeah, battle color damage or something like that. Yeah, now let's talk about a paint job, because this man had the trimmings of a holiday turkey, bro. Look at this. This is fantastic.
Yeah, and they got the colored, the MG got the blue and the orange. Too.
The only thing I don't like is that little line on his tail that was just like squeak.
Which line are you talking about?
Yeah, just like the little shading line on his tail.
Okay,
yeah. How it's just kind of obvious, but that's a nitpick. That is absolutely a nitpick. That is me being a salty Sammy or something like that.
Yeah.
Everything else on that figure is gorgeous.
Yeah, that one was a really strong entry.
Yeah,
and
I just wish wide release, because
right.
It hurts when you're dropping a review for this and people are like, oh, where can I get it? And you explain it to them and they're like, damn. And sometimes they're sold out, and I don't mind doing it because I have a way of doing it. But some of like the younger fans that love these particular characters that get locked in as exclusives, it's like, it sucks. It's like, I want to be able to give you a link to a figure that I know that you'll be able to buy, and mom and dad won't say, no, that's too much for. It's like,
right. Yeah.
I mean, I get why they do it, generate, viewership, that whole 9 yards, and, get people to come into the store, get the profits up. It's like, I get it, but guys, you can't do this with Gorosaurus, dude.
Right.
People love Gorosaurus, and you making him an exclusive to a website that people don't know how to get access to aside from just eBay prices, which are way too high as it is. It's like,
Maybe
that's why
something.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say maybe something good to eventually come out of it is maybe they'll build an American link to their site and make it more friendly to people who aren't, because it's impossible to navigate that website if you don't know how to
Yeah.
speak Japanese and everything and do they even will they even ship to an American address, or they think they'll only ship to Japan, right?
Only Japan. You can only even create an account if you're a Japanese citizen because they
It's
have
brutal.
prefecture and everything. That's why proxy sites like Zen Market are a for stuff like that. Like, how did I found out about Zen Market when, God, what was his goofy name? The Bandai Master Detail Movie Monster Series anime Mecha Godzilla figure was coming out. And I found out that it was like a Bandai premium exclusive. So it wasn't going to be widely released. And it was just this new series that Bandai started. I'm like, I got to get it. How do I do it? And I find out about Zen Market and I do all that. And here I'm thinking, Bandai just started a whole new vinyl series line where it's like they're going to do more detail, more paint, more all of this. And it turns out Mechagodzilla is the only figure.
You're talking about the Planet Godzilla, Mecha Godzilla?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Satellite scrap Mecha Goji. Yeah.
So you bought that one that was your first Zen Market?
Yeah, that's what got me hooked on the world of proxy sites, because I was like, I am not going to get this, because funny thing is that thing was like $60 when it first came out. Now you find it on eBay, it's like $200-$300, and it's like, geez,
Yeah.
Bandai, give us a re-release, please.
I picked mine up. Yeah. I think I just got it on eBay, and I think I got it for about $250 or something. Just
Was it?
it was like just last year, I think, or it was either 2020 or 2021.
Was it worth it though?
Oh, it's awesome! It's so cool, and it comes with that box. It comes in is so sleek.
Beautiful box. Beautiful box.
But they did. That's what those Bandai Mutos are in that line, aren't they? That they.
I have no idea what those are. I think.
I know it's like Bandai Premium something is.
I think they're in the same line that 54 Goji was, the brown 54, the poster color 54 that came out not too long ago. What the heck is it called? The Bandai Ichibanjo, something like that. I think they that, or I don't know.
I was trying to remember because I thought it was the same as that Mecha Godzilla, because I thought what they called the Mecha Godzilla just like Bandai Premium or something, or
let me find the full,
because I think
the full name.
I'm trying to remember also,
because
let me see.
Hold on. Okay, no, that's not it. Anime Mecha Godzilla, no, Godzilla.
Yeah. So the Mutos that came out, I'm looking at my pre-order. They're called Godzilla 2014 Muto Bandai Premium.
Okay.
And I could have sworn that's what the Mecha Godzilla was. I could be wrong, but I thought it was, because I remember when Mutos came out, I thought I remembered being like, oh, finally something else in this premium line. But of course, you said that Mecha Godzilla was like $60 when it started. Like these Mutos were.
Yeah, they were 100 right off the bat, right?
No, they were. It's the set, so it's the male and female. But I got them through Kaiju Live, and they're $235.
Ooh. The Mecha Godzilla's official thingy was the Bandai Master Detail Movie Monster Series Mecha Godzilla.
It was the Master Detail. That's right. Okay, so you are right. It is something different.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual line is called for the Bandai Premium release stuff, because they're all like, I just got a Matango figure of Bandai Premium, and that's part of X Plus or Bandai. I don't know which one. There's a lot of weird translations going on, but that's called the Toho Maniac series. And it's Matango and Dr. Sarazawa in his diver suit with the oxygen destroyer. And oh man, all the information's all over the place. It's like, is Bandai making it or is it X Plus? Sci-Fi says X Plus. Big Bad Toys Store says Bandai Spirits, and it's like, which one is it? So now I gotta wait for the men to get the word because I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess you just gotta buy it and see whose name's on the box.
Yeah. Hopefully it comes in a box. Something about poly wrapping. I'm like, what the heck is poly wrapping? Is that why he's $60? Because you wrapped him in a poly world from Pokemon or something? I don't know. I'm sure somebody who collects in that realm would be like, Rob, what you mean? It's like, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so those Mutos, they shipped last week, maybe even, I don't know. They've been in transit for forever, and they were stuck in the same. I didn't get a shipping update for like a week. They were just sitting in some place in like Okinawa or something. It was the weirdest, whatever. But they finally, I think yesterday, no, maybe it was even today. I don't even know. Either yesterday or today, ended up in LA. So they're close. So hopefully I have that by the end of the week, and I'll definitely do something on those because I don't know what to expect. I was just like, Muto, I think, is a pretty cool guy. We only got the one Bandai. We don't have nothing for the female form other than like those little chibi things.
Yeah,
so
what a shame too, because
right, you're gonna go through the effort of making a whole new character and not even give us any merch.
Yeah, like come on, Bandai Toho. Give female Muto her time to shine. I mean, she was a baddie. Like, give her some credit here. But that's what everybody's hoping from Playmates at this point.
I would love to see Playmates do something, especially because they announced they're doing that whole, they're doing the MonsterVerse series and the Toho, and they're already going back and doing like Ghidorah from King of the Monsters. So yeah, I hope they give us a Rodan and a Mothra, and then they go back to 2014, and they already got us the 2014 sculpt of Godzilla.
Yeah.
So
which
come through and give us the Muto. Have you gotten that Godzilla yet?
My friend Matt actually just hooked me up with that Godzilla and the Kong, and I'm excited. I can't wait. It's like, yeah, they're not perfect. The universal discussion, it's like, yeah, the molds aren't that, but like, listen. It's a Godzilla 2014 figure in the year 2021. Ain't nobody was expecting this at this point because Bandai sure as heck ain't reissuing their 2014 figure, which is a shame.
Right.
Big shame, because what a love. I know divide on that one as well, but I love Movie Monsters 2014 Godzilla. That was great. Muto, it's nice to have him, but nicer to have male Muto. And Playmates, do it up. Mezco, I know y'all on your Showa era stuff right now, but hey, yo, give us a 2014 Hawk and Faye Muto, and I will be there with my money and my wallet open, Creed style, with arms wide open. Get please.
Exactly, yeah. So, and especially with Playmates just like super upping their game. I don't know if you were. I assume you probably were paying attention to them in the early days when they did that super stupid looking Space Godzilla.
Yeah, one of my mods can actually quote me on this because he broke the news to me as I was moving at the end of 2019. It's like, bro, Playmates is making Godzilla figures. And I'm like, what? Because we have Bandai America. Why are they doing this with Playmates? And he showed me that picture of that Shin Godzilla. And I was like, I will never, ever give these people my money. Ever. You look at the channel now and you can see that statement didn't stick at all because I bought each and every single one of their releases in all of 2020 and 2021. I shilled out all the friggin' money because I'm like, wait a minute. Even though some of these are friggin' ugly as sin, I kind of really like them. What is this? What's wrong with me?
When you got
but
to
the
appreciate
GVK stuff.
the price point, you know, just being able to, and even being able to go walk into Target or Walmart and readily normally find at like new Godzilla stuff. Like
Yeah,
it's
that's
it's pretty awesome. You know, I mean, I guess Toys R Us had some of
mhm.
the Bandai America stuff, but then, you know, there was definitely a gap after they went away where there wasn't really like, oh, NECA was in, like I could get NECA
Yeah,
sometimes, but
but there's like it's like a whole different feeling with like figures that are more so geared towards kids, just because they always come out in droves. And it's like I haven't felt that sense of euphoria walking into, excuse me, a store that, you know, sells toys, and I just get to see a shelf just like lined with Godzilla figures. It's like there's just something special about that. And just the fact that Playmates is, you know, they haven't been sitting there doing nothing and twiddling their thumbs. I mean, they released some soft, like Burning Godzilla was a soft vinyl. Jet Jaguar was kind of, was he a vinyl? I don't remember. What are you? Oh, he's not going to answer me. Yeah, was he a soft vinyl figure?
yeah,
Would you say?
yeah, he's got some, yeah, you can squish him pretty good. So
Okay, so he's got the vinyl squish. You know, they did something like that, and then what came out after that?
they did
Uh
the Gorosaurus and the Rodan.
yeah, and then those were a little bit on the harder side, but like they're up in their game and they're doing a pretty good job with what they're putting out right now. And
Right. Yeah. If you look at the difference between like the Shin Godzilla, the Space Godzilla, and that Godzilla 2004 versus like the Gorosaurus, the Jet Jaguar, Rodan,
yeah, it's
they've,
a big
yeah, they stepped up in a big way. So I'm definitely open to them just keep, and especially if they're going to keep their price at, you know, what, 10 to $12 per
yeah,
figure,
perfect.
like keep
Yeah.
making everything. I'd love to see a Titanosaurus. Would be a cool one to see them do.
I would love, you see, that's the funny thing about all of this. Playmates announces Gorosaurus, Megalon, and a Jet Jaguar. We get all three of those from the Movie Monsters series literally a year later. Gorosaurus might have been, you know, a happy accident, but it's just so weird. It's like Playmates had this roster of figures that they were coming out with, and Bandai just all of a sudden is like, hey, now wait a minute. And they dropped theirs. So it's like, hey, oh, Playmate, keep going and keep buying your stuff. Seems like you're kind of getting the fire under Bandai butt right now with like releasing some older like monsters and giving them their due diligence, because my God, Megalon hadn't gotten a new figure in a large scale that wasn't an X Plus since, dear Lord, what was it, 1995, I think. That was the last time a Bandai vinyl of him came out.
Is
And
that the Memorial Box one? That's the last
because
one. Wow. I think you might be right. I don't know if nothing else comes to mind.
like I know Gachapons and X Plus figures and such were released in between all of them, but when it comes to like a standard sized figure, my guy got nothing. He got the Godzilla collection in the Memorial Box, and that was it. And
Yeah. No, I
you
think
know that
I
bums
never
me
really
out.
thought of that. Yeah, they took a huge gap on Megalon.
And Biolante too. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that first Biolante figure was like, oh my God, it was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful figure. But it's like after that, yet again, SH Monster Arts, X Plus, couple gatches here, and nothing for the vinyl stuff.
Right.
It's like I don't know why. It's like that's like my biggest question. It's like, why is there such hesitance? I mean, now, you know, Ben, it seems like they're in full of the Showa era and such, but what's the brain blockage here? It's like, do you think because something didn't do well 30, 40, 50 years ago, it's not going to do well now? I mean, you have people actively asking for a movie monster series Godzilla 1998. It's like, dude, you could release anything at this point, and I
Yeah,
would
I'd love a
totally buy it.
98 Bandai. It would be
Oh
awesome.
yeah, absolutely, like, dude. Bandai two molds of a Godzilla 1998 that were candy figures, the high end, the Mothra Kaiju Legends Godzilla 1998. You could make either of those into a vinyl figure, and I would be so fine with that. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, give the man his redemption arc, you know? It's like
Right, right.
been 20 years. not everybody is still bummed out about the fact that it exists. It's like, you gave us a defo reel, appreciate it. You gave us some cast figures, appreciate it. Now it's time for that movie monster series.
Right. Yeah.
Please. Like, it's much, much deserved, much needed, and long overdue.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see a Godzilla 98. Even if it comes in a 2-pack with Godzilla 2004 and
yeah, I'd still
so
buy
you can
it.
make him kick his butt.
Yeah. I mean, I like, dude, that would be great. Like, because I need Final Wars Goji. I really need a new Bandai Goji.
Right.
So it's like, if you want to up a 6-inch vinyl figures and they got tags on them, please do it. Do it. Do it.
Did they ever even do a 6-inch 2004?
Yes, I have a 6-inch 2004, and I wish I had the 8-inch one because whew,
yeah, I have the 8-inch, but I didn't. Did they just do it standard movie monster series, or I must have just completely missed that?
I don't have a tag for him, unfortunately, because he was one of the ones that was detagged in the fetal Rob era. But yeah, he had a standard movie monster series re-release. Release. I don't know what. I think the 8-inch version probably came first because that's the wave they were riding back in the Millennium era. All the new Godzilla figures got 8-inch releases, and then somewhere down the line they got 6-inch releases. But yeah, he had a 6-inch release. But
okay, I must have that one for some reason. I just wasn't sure about that one, and I'll have to see if I can track that down because 2004 is one of my favorite suits. Also, it was one of the first Japanese movies that I saw.
Oh, really?
That one's always had and it's just fun. You know, I know some people some people seem to not like it. Like, when I'm scouring the Facebook pages and forums and everything, people seem to be pretty divided on it. But I think that one's super fun. It's just a bunch of action. Godzilla fights everybody, and you get such a big lineup of monsters. How can you not enjoy that at least a little bit?
It's got some 41 in it too. Like,
exactly.
Like, I ain't the biggest fan of the movie myself anymore, but I know why people like it. This is insane. And it's like, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. And plus, Final Wars Hedorah, bro. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're talking about figures that need a movie monster series release. That poor dude needs a movie monster series release because, wow. And Ebirah too. But as we said earlier, Ebirah anything right now would be great.
Yeah, I'd love a nice vinyl of him.
Oh yeah, I mean, YMSF, you doing the Lord's work right there, but I need something with a tag because I'm that simple-minded. It's like, just give me a movie monster series Ebirah with the tag. And
where do you line up on the tag stuff? Do you keep everything attached, or do you detach it and then keep it mint, or what do you?
I double sleeve them. I give them the good old penny sleeve, and then, no, I do standard releases with just top loaders, the thick plastic ones, and then the exclusive ones like Godzilla store exclusives or event exclusives, I give them the penny sleeves and then the top loaders because I don't know, something just like dawned over me. I'm watching Max Mofo Pokemon, and he's like tagging these, and I'm like, I should start doing that with my Bandai tags. My God. So that's kind of been a thing. I don't like, it's not for like a resellability kind of thing. It's just, that's kind of part of like the nostalgia for me because I used to rip it off. Something about me in the back of my child was like, I like how this looks. So I keep the tags on. I really don't have an issue if people like take them off. Like, I joke around. It's like, you godless sinning child. Like, in reality, it's like, hey, if you want to get rid of the tags, more power to you. If you want to put them in a binder, more power to you. Because I won't deny, filming a review for a figure that's got a hunk of plastic hanging from a little hanger, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm not going to lie to you, anybody on that. It's a bit of a pain in the butt.
Right.
But I suffer through it for my art.
Exactly.
I suffer through it for my art because I don't know, like seeing the tag up as a kid in America and seeing figures solely in boxes. It's not only was it just like an interesting thing to see, it just works for me. And that's the best way I can go about describing it. So I like putting the tags on. when it comes to buying secondhand, I'm not as picky as I used to be, because I used to be very picky. So if it comes with a tag, or if it doesn't come with the tag, or if it comes with a tag that's detached, I'll take whatever I can get. So
Yeah.
I'm very much of the, you can leave it on, you can leave it off, you can keep it, you can toss it. It's all good. Like, my point of views and everything is not law. God help the world if that were to ever happen. But like, because like, sometimes people will be like, am I a bad person for getting rid of the tag? And it's like, no, you're not a bad person for getting rid of the tag. I'm like, it's just me, guys. I'm a sucker for a tag hanging off of a figure. Couldn't tell you why. It's nostalgia. Got my nostalgia goggles on.
Yeah.
So
I definitely feel that. It's definitely, sometimes I'm tempted to take them off just because, sometimes it is annoying to work around them, and sometimes they hang weird on the shelf, so you gotta work around that. But yeah, and actually, when I first started buying figures, I would always. I only got a couple though that I did this to, but I got rid of the tags. The one I'm really kicking myself for is the first release of Mecha King Ghidorah. I got that with the tag. Oof. Cut the tag off, and I don't think I intentionally threw it away because I was keeping all my boxes and whatnot, but I think it just got misplaced.
Yeah.
So that one I'm kicking myself for forever. So, but after I started kind of seeing more people like, oh, all these collectors and whatnot seem to leave the tags on. I've definitely gotten kind of suckered into the tag. Keeping the tags on. I haven't taken a tag off a figure in years and years. So
yeah.
And granted, if I had the wallet for it, I'd be buying two of everything, one to keep the tag on, and one to take, I wouldn't throw the tag away, but one to take the tag off and really be able to look at it and show it off and display it differently. But I don't have the wallet to buy two of all the Movie Monster series, unfortunately.
No, especially when they're coming out so frequently now. It's
right.
Just nutter butters, man. I can't afford that.
No, we can dream, but
we could absolutely dream, but sweet dreams are made of these, bro, and it ain't that. Some of the next.
And I assume you've seen the, I guess, piece of news that they're doing a Megaguirus, an adult Batra, and something. So those will be cool whenever those end up actually dropping. I'm not sure when those are coming out. I think they just said this year, probably not till later.
Yeah. Showcase Daikaiju said fall. Imagine probably see something around maybe December-ish. I mean, I don't think they would post false information, especially when they're putting up pre-order slots for them, but I think we should be seeing those towards summer's end.
Oh, does the Showcase Daikaiju still already have their pre-orders out?
Yes, I know they have them for Jet Beta, I think. Oh no, am I thinking of Awesome Collector? But no, Showcase Daikaiju said Megaguirus, Batra, and Daimajin, and they might have pre-orders up for some of those. I don't know.
I'll have to check. I haven't been over to their site in a little while.
There's some good finds there.
I know that's part of the reason I have to avoid it, because I'll just spend all my money.
Like summer last year, I found a Godzilla collection Heisei King Ghidorah still tagged for $60, and I'm like, nobody's buying this?
Am I being punked?
Yeah, like, where's Ashton Kutcher? Like, Mila, what y'all doing out here? And like $60, and you go on eBay, you find one tag, and it's like $500. It's like, you're gonna include a DVD, VHS, and Blu-ray copy too with that, my guy? Jeez.
Right. Yeah, some of the showcase prices are really, really, very, really good.
Yeah, very workable. And,
well, and it's nice that they always seem to get the Movie Monster stuff really quickly, and they get it shipped out pretty fast. So they've always been pretty good. I stumbled upon them, I guess, what ended up probably being pretty late in the game. I think I only discovered them like a year ago or 2 years, maybe 18 months or something. But very, I think I actually, what was coming out when I think I found out about them. I think the first stuff I ordered through them was the Singular Point stuff.
Oh yeah.
Terrestrius and Aquilus and stuff. I think because I think they were one of the first to get a pre-order slot, so I just headed over there and pre-ordered. And actually, a funny story about that site though is so they got. I think it was when they got the Godzilla, they got the Kong, the movie monster series Kong, and they had another pre-order. And this was like before they even got pictures. Like there wasn't even a picture of the figure. It was just like pre-order the figure right now, and we'll get it to you whatever it is. You know. But there was one that was Kong. It was Godzilla versus Kong, and one was Godzilla versus Kong Godzilla. So obviously, I pre-ordered them both.
Yeah.
And I don't really pay attention to it. And it was like, hey, your order's shipped. And I was like, oh, sweet. And I check what my order was that was shipped, and it's Kong and Gaios or however you say his name from Ultraman.
From Gamera.
Or from Gamera, yeah. They did they did like a re-release of him, and they must have labeled the Godzilla incorrectly because what I thought was I thought I was going to get a Godzilla versus Kong Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then turns out that was, you could only get that through that the DVD Blu-ray pack. So yeah, but it was weird. They just like ended up replacing that pre-order with that other figure.
Yeah, that happened on Big Bad Toy Store as well. There was like a little bit of like a rumbling because Big Bad Toy Store had something listed as Godzilla 1995, like some wild friggin' name, and then there was Bandai Godzilla Gyaos or Super Gyaos or something like that, and everybody's like looking at these listings like in my Discord server, just like, what in the hell is a Godzilla 95 like explosion, whatever the heck it was called? And everybody was confused until somebody was just like, they probably mistranslated something. But yeah, I remember that. It was Big Bad Toy Store and another website that had like a weird like translational quirk or something. It was weird. Like,
yeah, I don't know what causes those, but it's definitely kind of goofy. But yeah, so now I don't have any. I have one other Gamera figure, and it's just because I thought it was a cool one forever ago, so I picked it up. And yeah, so now I have this random Gyaos that I don't know what to do with. Because I don't really.
It's a good figure though.
It's a cool one, yeah. I just need to keep myself kind of the same as the X Plus. I need to keep myself unfamiliar with all the Gamera and Ultraman stuff, or I'll just have more stuff I spend my money on.
Yeah, because Gamera, that's one thing. Ultraman, that's the friggin' rabbit hole. Because I was cursed and blessed with a lovely gentleman who got me into Ultraman forcibly, I want to say, in a funny term. And yeah, that was bad, especially when the new series started. And I was like, not only is it a sequel to my favorite Ultraman series ever and my first, they're going to have original monsters coming back for this. I need to buy everything. And they were coming out every week.
Oh my goodness.
And then the show started to suck, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm fine missing out half of these.
I could leave those ones.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm good. I got the main peeps that I wanted. I'm good. So where's Godzilla at? What's he doing? Why is he green? Why does he look like mint Oreo chocolate chip ice cream? I don't know why, but I like it. Pre-order.
Exactly. That sounds about right. What's a thing or two that you got on your pre-order list, which I'm sure is extensive, that you're kind of the most excited for? What's coming up?
Oh man. I mean, the Maniacs Matango is really exciting. The Godzilla Singular Point Nendroids, I'm really excited for those. Oh Jesus, do I got any gaps in the shelves? Let's see. I do not, so this is going to make everything a hell of a lot more scary. But I'm actually more excited than I am terrified of SH Monster Arts Singular Point Jet, because he's just stacked on accessories. I just hope he's not a spaghetti noodle with a head.
Right.
There's some stuff from Big Bad. I'm excited to get the rest of my GVK U2s because for some reason those things just slap. It
was the what? Which ones?
The Godzilla versus Kong U2s. Godzilla and Kong on the battleship.
Okay, that's
on
what.
the throne.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got the Heat Ray one from U2's, and I was like looking at him like, why is this good? Why is this so good? So I got a pre-order in for the other two off of Big Bad Toy Store, and it was supposed to come out in February. It's about to be April.
We'll
Sad.
see.
But there's like a bunch. Like, I wish I could remember one of the 45 things I have pre-ordered on HobbyLink Japan, and that number might actually be a real number, unfortunately. But there's just so much, and what really gets me is just that there's so much now, but there's going to be so much more come the spring and summertime. I already know it.
Right.
Bandai and Toho are going to start doing their exhibits in that season, and all the exclusives are going to start pouring out, and it's like, lovely human beings, but I hate you. So if I could say my like most excited thing, it's probably as of right now that Toho Maniacs Matango figure, because I've wanted a Matango figure since I was like 10.
Yeah.
If you know anything about those, you know they are not cheap.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with much of that, actually.
Oh, dude, do yourself a favor. Don't become familiar with it.
No, too dangerous.
Too dangerous. Movie, fantastic. Weirdest. Not going to say anything except there's giant mushroom people in it, and it's great. They laugh maniacally. It's beautiful. But dudes, like, this is the, put it in perspective. This figure was $60. This is the most affordable Matango figure that I believe Bandai, X Plus, whatever, have released in probably a decade. I'm actually pretty comfortable in saying that.
Wow.
Marmot, whatever have you, they love these mushroom men, dude, and they give them the wild colors. They make them event exclusives, and in under a night, they go from $150 to $350, and you're like, pain.
Wow.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
Oh, it's terrible. So to jump on that very, very quickly, because I don't know, I like mushroom people. That's just a cool idea to me.
Well, I'm glad you're getting your fix.
Yeah, finally. Movie Monster Series 1, though. That would be nice.
Yeah.
So this is how it starts.
Exactly.
It's not good.
Yeah. Do you have the Final Wars SH Monster Arts Godzilla up on pre-order? You pass on that one.
I passed on him, and I passed on 89 for that guy, that Ultima.
Okay.
Because I knew that it was going to come out to at least $150 after shipping or something close to that. So I was like, all right.
Or for the Ultima.
For the Ultima.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Even though I'm not a fan of the Final Wars design, and I do really want this, I'm going to stick with Ultima. And I'm like, if a miracle happens and I get a lot more money than I was expecting for this week, I'll go get Final Wars. I can get paid that week.
Okay, for sure.
So I had to kind of wind on back with that, because I mean, you know, like, I spent a good part of, you know, the YouTube career really despising SH Monster Arts because of what happened with me and Shin Godzilla. And I don't know, I feel like people just expect me to like just fully hate everything SH Monster Arts now. And here I am trying to write this review down for Ultima, and I'm like, I can't hate it. He's got problems, but I can't hate it.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you don't hate it.
Yeah, I'm happy too, because I mean, that was $140. I don't want to hate something I spent $140 on.
Right, yeah.
And, you know, like, they did a good job with everything else. I mean, it's mostly just the heads that kind of got the short end of the stick, but I saw those in hands of that Final Wars Godzilla that got posted up today, and he looks fine. So
yeah,
if a new order form comes up, or if I can get a pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store at some point within the next 2 weeks, I'll get him, because he looks perfectly fine.
I don't think he's sold out over there yet.
Ooh, don't tell me that.
And I can't remember how much he was. Was he like 90, 95? Maybe
He was
somewhere in there.
$88 on HLJ. So I
Maybe.
imagine he probably was.
I can't. It was either like 85 to 95, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, that sounds pretty on point. Oh no. Why would you show me that? They made an Ultraman. Okay, see, this is why Twitter is bad. No. Didn't need to see. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, so that SH Monsters is one of the ones I'm really excited for, as well as the Mezco Destroy All Monsters, the little guys that they're doing.
Oh yeah,
Those are going to be exciting. Another one that originally, that one's a weird one with the release dates, because originally I think it had said like set number 1 is in January or February, and then set number 2 is in March. And then it got to the point where set number 2 is supposed to come out before set number 1, but they're both backlogged, and now it still says March for both of them. So I don't know what's going to happen with those. They might ship at the same time. They might. I know some people. Somebody said that they got theirs, but it wasn't somebody who ordered from Big Bad Toy Store. So
yeah, because I got mine directly from Mezco, and they shipped out round 2, not round 1, like we just said. So they are going out. Already? Yeah, they are going out, because they sent me an email like, "Hey yo, we about to charge you. If you want to cancel this, you got to do it now." And I have my tracking number and everything. I'm just waiting for some movement on them, because they've kind of been. They shipped out on Friday, so that was right before the weekend started. And we all know.
Okay.
On the weekend.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. But round 2 should probably be here by the end of the week, I think. But that Mothra set they got coming out looks great. That Hedorah set they got coming out looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Definitely.
I think personally, and I know it might be a bit of a not widely shared opinion, but I think Mezco might like come out on top this year as just like the company that's releasing my favorite stuff. And I know I shouldn't be saying that before I get them, because that's like the way you jinx yourself now. But I got that Ultraman set in from them, and I'm looking at the diorama, I'm looking at the extra arms, and I'm looking at the rock, the included rock with Red King, and I'm looking at these figures, and I'm like, these are really, really, really beautifully made. They're solid. They have fantastic looking paint. It's not all perfect, but show me a figure that is entirely perfect, you know? So that getting that set in just like completely like proved to me, it's like, yeah, Mezco out here. And it's like, yeah, I'm a little bummed. I'm gonna have to pay $70 to $85 for most of their sets after shipping, probably, maybe. But I don't know, man. If Mezco does this show thing, and the next thing they do is say, "Oh, we're gonna do the entire Final Wars like roster, plus 2 box sets," I'm gonna be like, "Here you go. Just here's my money." Is like, I know people don't like the fact that they're such small figures and you're paying such a high price, but dude, they look so cool. Like,
right, yeah, they do. And it's funny you mentioned the Final Wars set, because I've mentioned that too. Just, you know, they did the big Destroy All Monsters, so it'd be cool to see the other big movie with a huge cast and get us another. And I'd really love to see another Monster X. That would be really cool.
Yeah, Monster X has had some really low like reputation, which is crazy, because even me, like, one of the most memorable scenes from that movie for me is seeing Monster X just floating down, looking all like badass, like it's a friggin' Visual Kai music video, and it's like, wow, like that image will always stick with me, like no matter what. Like, I try and communicate that even the Godzilla movies that I'm not the craziest about, they all have moments that are forever going to stick with me. And Final Wars has the Sum 41s, Godzilla blowing Zilla up, and you have Monster X floating down and Gigan chopping off his own head, which was hilarious. It's just like, why ain't you doing more, Bandai? Why?
Right, yeah, he's another one I'd love to get a reissue. Or I guess it wouldn't even be a reissue if they did a movie monster series, because he's never seen a 6-inch.
Yeah.
He's just been in the 8.
Which is again just wild to me. But if I'm gonna be that guy, Bandai, don't don't remake him, just reissue him. Let me get that 8-inch vinyl boy with the tag, please.
Yeah, I would love it. I love the 8, the 6 inches. I love a lot, but there's something else that I really do enjoy a lot about the 8 inches. So I definitely would not be mad if they.
It's no, especially Kaiser Ghidorah.
Oh yeah.
Have you like that 8-inch Kaiser Ghidorah? Like, dear God, like that is a beautiful figure, and that is the perfect presentation of just how into it Bandai was in 2004, because that thing is a monster in theme and concept and in paint and in detail, because wow, looks like an X Plus.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's a nice one. Yeah, he's definitely, he is a good one. I like him a lot.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah, let me. Fortunately, all my Final War stuff is right nearby.
I'm gonna have to take my glasses off for this one.
And I have the. It's not attached, but I have the.
Wow.
Yeah, so he is he's definitely a fun one.
Wow.
And one of the best things is you get 3 different sculpts on the head.
Well, I'll be blown down and called Philip Seymour Hoffman, man. Jeez. See, that's amazing to me. Like 3 different heads. Look at that gold paint and the way that it's just like,
right. And they gave us like 2 points of articulation on the head.
Where is that today, Bandai? What are you doing?
I know. You get the back, and then even the back feet turn.
Oh man.
The back legs are fixed in. You can get the tails rotate too.
Dude.
So yeah, this is a super fun one. I remember I was super stoked when I found this on. I think I just got it through eBay because that was before I did anything else. And then yeah, to get it with the. And this one I can't remember if. I sure hope this wasn't one I took the tag off of. I'm gonna tell myself this is one I bought with the tag pre-detached. But I'm not sure if I'm the cause of that. But at least he has one. My monster, my Monster X doesn't have a tag at all. So, but even this guy, he's such a cool, like, apocalyptic looking. Like, look at his creepy little teeth.
He's almost like a xenomorph.
Yeah, it totally is. I never even made that connection. Yeah, but he's a fun one too. So I love the Final Wars lineup, like, that 8-inch scale Final Wars, and then like with the Godzilla is really cool. They did a couple different really awesome Gaigans. They did the regular Gaigan. They have the 8-inch chainsaw Gaigan. Oh yeah. So the Final Wars, they were definitely, Bandai was definitely a well-oiled machine when Final Wars came out.
Oh yeah. I just wish they like did everything though. Like I don't mean to keep going back to Hedorah and Ebirah, man, but bro, can you imagine an 8-inch Final Wars Ebirah and Hedorah for Bandai?
They should have just done a whole. How cool would it have been if they did like a whole Final Wars box set, and it's just like every figure from the movie, 8-inch scale in a box.
Perfect. I would have loved. Apparently, they were planning on doing the whole. This is what I got off of WikiZilla, so don't quote me, quote them. But apparently, they were going to do the whole lineup, but since the movie didn't perform the best, they actually ceased and then just started reissuing figures in 2004 towards the tail end. And it's like, I get it, bro.
That hurts to hear.
It's like, but you see, the thing is, today, if they were to announce, oh yeah, we're going to do the entire Final Wars lineup, people would lose their minds. And those things would go like that, because even today, even now, even as I am, I still see people saying there needs to be a Final Wars Bandai vinyl of Hedorah, of Ebirah, of and we need Chainsaw Gaigan in the movie monster series scale, excuse me. Like, there is such a huge market for Final Wars, for the Heisei era, for the Showa era, for everything. And it's like, Toho, my guy, guys, my gals, my pals, like you guys could start a subscription service. And at the end of the month, do this subscription service, and you would make schmackers. And I'd be one of those people to give you my money
That's
because you say exclusive Bandai, I'm there.
that is maybe my favorite idea I've ever heard. A subscription, that'd be really fun, like an exclusive subscription based figures.
I'd be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, even if it was only like quarterly or something, only
Yeah,
not even on a
it's
monthly
like
basis. If they don't want to churn out 12 new figures a year on top of what they're doing, like just make it like a quarterly
4
thing.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be about it because hey, that's one thing to look forward to. You guys could take and actually paint the whole damn year. I'm looking at you, Bandai. And at the end of the day, you get happy customers, you get your money, and we get our product. It's like I feel like they could do so much more. And I know they're trying to like really like extend their reaches above and beyond because they have their new HQ in Los Angeles, and we don't know what they're actually doing with this new MonsterVerse movie, if they're going to be directly involved or not. And it's like you've been saying for the last couple of years that you want to build this brand. And it's like, why aren't you building this brand? It's like Playmates is one thing, Mezco is another. All these new companies that you're bringing under your wing, that's great. But it's like, listen, you got to make the movies more readily available. You got to have like fan events because people go nutty for these friggin' phantom fan events that they have with AMC theaters and everything. It's like, push your brand. If you want to make money, you got to spend because like, dude, we could compile a wish list of all the things that we want Toho to do. And if we were to break it down to at least 5 different subjects, I guarantee those things would help Toho extend that Godzilla brand by a significant margin. And one of those things is making a new video game.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I would talk about getting someone to buy any console you make it on. Like I'd buy an Xbox, I'd upgrade to the PS5, whatever. I would love a new game. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, it really would be. And, I mean, thank God we have Gigabash and Dawn of the Monsters that's really picking up the slack with, kaiju brawlers and such. But honestly, man, like Arc Systems Works or Ed Boon, who does the Mortal Kombat games, it's like, yo, hit some of these people up. I mean, Ed Boon is a whole Godzilla fan. And he even asked people on Twitter, would you want us to do a Godzilla fighting game? And it's like, yeah. Well, yeah. Like, I feel like they just need to let go a little bit. And it's like, okay, let's try something new. Let's approach somebody. Let's see what they would like to do. And even if we don't fully agree with it, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
I also feel like Kadokawa needs to be like that too. Because we need a new Gamera movie. Like that's just fact. We need a new Gamera movie, we need a new Daimajin movie, we need new everything. It feels weird having, we have Shin Ultraman coming out in May. Godzilla's as big as he's ever been, and there's no Gamera. Like it's sad.
No, you got to think it's only a matter of time, right?
That I've been saying that since 2016, and it's like, where is he? And I got all excited when they started issuing the new movie Monster series figures because I'm like, oh, they're definitely building up hype. They're re-releasing all the Heisei figures from Gamera. They're and it's like, what are you doing, guys? Please. It would be such a trip to know that in Japanese theaters, there's a new Godzilla movie, a new Ultraman movie, and a new Gamera movie. All within years of one another. But I guess in one way, I'm kind of glad because then that means less figures for me to buy.
Right, yeah. It's the good and bad at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gamera would be something I'd be really interested to see some more out of.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that 2015 proof of concept short trailer was so good. Like, if that got turned into a movie, I would bet my entire collection on it being a success. easy.
Yeah, I'm sure
Because
that we could do.
but now we apparently Toho's making a new kaiju movie on top of it. So what's that? Who's that? When? How? Like, there's so much happening, man. There's so much happening.
I know. I guess all we can do is just wait and see, and then proceed to buy
Yeah.
everything that comes out and surrounding it.
Yeah. Preach to the choir. All of it. All of it. Uh, Hopefully
Yeah.
Funko doesn't pop up with more Godzilla stuff, because then that'll be the end of me.
Oh yeah, that one. That's another one that I'd love to see more out of, but I don't necessarily need them to give us some stuff. But if they went back and did King of the Monsters and gave us did a Godzilla, did like a burning Godzilla from that movie,
Mhm.
and then Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, Larva Mothra.
Yeah.
They could do them really fun, do them in kind of that cute chibi, Funko style that they have. And
Yeah, and
I was
I'd
actually
be
really
down
surprised
for
how
it.
good the Godzilla looked, because Funko, they, with just their kind of unique design.
Yeah, it's very minimal, but somehow they freaking brought it out, and especially their Mecha Godzilla. Like, that's, I still look at that weird little guy and it's just like, wow, Funko. Damn.
Yeah, no, he looks good too. Yeah.
I wish they did a jumbo one of him. Because
Oh, a 10-inch Mecha Godzilla would have been insane.
oh man, that would have been a hulking mass of Funko Pop vinyl, but it would have been so welcome over here.
Yeah, that would be a
Ugh.
really cool one to see them add. Maybe they will. There's, they obviously have
Yeah,
they
we
already.
haven't
Well,
heard
it'd be
anything.
interesting though. They bought because I know Toho kind of does a per monster fee.
Yeah.
So it's obviously they've already bought the rights to do Mechagodzilla. So you think it'd be pretty easy for them to just do just take the little one and make it
Make
10
it
inch,
big.
make it the
Yeah.
10-inch and make a bunch of money off of it. Funko seems to basically just be printing money over there.
Yeah, for like 10 years now. What is it? Maybe
Yeah, they've
even
gotten
more.
big and done some real damage. I think it's
Yeah.
gotten a little. I think it's dropped a little bit in craziness, but because for a while, a couple of years ago, right out of high school, I was working at Target for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I was back in the electronics. I worked back there, and that's where they kept all the Funkos kind of live back in the entertainment section, which falls into the electronics person's responsibilities. And I get people coming in every day, like, "Did you get this in yet? Did you get this in yet?" And there's like this weird website that wasn't like officially linked to anything, but it like supposedly could tell you where stores had stuff, but it always lied. Yet people were still always trusting it. Like, well, this random third-party website says you have this, and I'm like, well, I know I don't. So I definitely know the Funko people. There was a while where they were really, really crazy, and like the Funko craze was just at 110%. It was going nuts.
Yeah, I worked at a comic book shop, and got a couple of people asking, "Why don't you guys sell Funko Pops?" We got the Funko Pops, and where are they? You bought them all. No, the Funko craze was wild, and when they first announced that they were doing Godzilla all the way back in 2014, I was all over that. And I do not want to talk about the prices I paid for some of those exclusives because, but I mean, yeah, I don't need it to happen. But if they were to do KOTM 2014, I would love a jumbo 2014 Godzilla and a Muto to go along with it, just because we need more Muto. So
Right, yeah.
I'd take it wherever I could get it. But if Funko's not going to do anything, that's okay. Mezco, Hiya Toys, Bandai, Playmates,
Right.
hook it up.
There's plenty different other places that'll take our money.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they're going to be taking our money a lot. For sure.
So did you, I think there's 6 of the the older Godzilla Funkos that aren't associated with the MonsterVerse. I think there's 6 of them. Do you have all 6? I have 4.
Wait, are we talking about the GVK ones or the original ones?
Yeah, no, kind of like the more original ones. I think they're number 239. They're all the 6-inch.
Okay, so I have the gray and purple one, which was weird. I have the Atomic Breath one with the glow in the dark eyes and teeth.
Okay.
I got the black and white one, the Ghost Godzilla one, the standard one, and the burning one.
Okay, so yeah, I think
I
that's all.
got-
I think that's all of them. I think they only did 6. I think there's
think
like some
so.
other Japanese line kind of. I didn't know anything about it, and then who was I
Hmm.
talking to a couple weeks ago? I think Mike from Mike's Godzilla Room. I was
Hmm.
talking with him on. He was on a couple weeks ago, and I think he showed me something I'd never seen before. It was like some Japanese Funko type thing. I don't know if it's exactly through Funko, but okay. I think as far as the actual Funkos go, there's just 6, so you have all of them.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
missing.
made sure.
I'm missing the black and white and the ghost one. You said, and yeah, those ones are pretty pricey. I know the burning Godzilla. I know has like a that one's I think sitting around like almost $200. I think it now. I think because I don't know if you have for a while. I was pretty into the Funko stuff. Um, so and then Funko has an app that they did
Yeah.
that tracks all the trending values of their products. So on the Funko app, I think it says, I think that Burning Godzilla was like 180 or something crazy. Let me see if I
You
can.
see, that's wild to me because I remember pre-ordering that thing and spending $20.
Oh my goodness, I am jealous of you.
And then like there was like a weird time where it was like there was a time where it was on sale for like a month for like $15. And I'm like, why
Really?
isn't this selling?
Oh my goodness.
And then it just disappeared. I'm like, oh, I guess they all sold. And then makes me regret that I took most of them out of their boxes.
No, it's one. Okay, so the Burning Godzilla is sitting at 165 right now. And then
Jeez.
is this the glow in the dark I have? Is the glow in the dark? Because my glow in the dark has a PX exclusive sticker on it. Is that the ghost one? Toy Tokyo? What's that?
The ghost one was Toy Tokyo, and I believe the one with the glow in the dark eyes and mouth and spines was the P.
That's the PX. Yeah. So I have the PX. I'm looking at the glow in the dark one on Toy Tokyo though. That one has a trending value of 340.
Jesus moly Christmas.
Yeah, and then the black and white is 180. So the one I'm missing is 180 and 340. So good luck saving up the money to try and complete the set.
That's ridiculous. I mean, I think so. There's a story behind all that because I bought the Ghost and the black and white Godzilla off of I think $250 together.
Oh wow.
Well, turns out the seller was an asshole and never sent the figures out.
Oh no.
And gave me like a crappy like tracking number. And I'm like, yo, dude, where's my stuff? And he was like, oh, I'm gonna take a case out. Blah, blah, blah. Just like, don't worry, you'll get them soon. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. I'm like, am I ever gonna get these? And he was like, honestly, man, I don't know. I'm like, can I get my money back? He was like, I can't do that, man. Boom.
What?
And I'm like, the flying ABCDEF off a cliff, you jerkhole. And I remember going back trying to message him, trying to start a case against it so I can get my money back. Account was gone.
Oh man. Were you able to get your money back?
Forgot my money back. And you know the worst part is I spent $150 on another Ghost in black and white Godzilla and actually got them in. So I spent a lot of money on those things.
Well, it sounds like it was worth it. Their value is pretty darn high. So
oh yeah, and I love them too. Like the black and white one was never out of the box. The one thing with the Ghost Godzilla was that he had been removed from the box at least once.
okay.
So I was like, you know what, dude, I'm probably never reselling these. It's okay, just include the box with it. And he was like, sure, you got it. And he's like, just because I told him, like, listen, this one dude totally like screwed me over. He was like, I'll put insurance on this box as high as I possibly can, and this soul he did, and I got that thing in 3 days.
Okay, well that's good. I'm glad your second experience wasn't bad.
Not the worst eBay experience in the world, but no, that second dude was an absolute gentleman. So bless him for that. But I kind of really do hate that NECA gave up, relinquished whatever the rights, because I really would have loved to see more from Kid Robot. like genuinely would have loved to see more from Kid Robot with Godzilla,
Yeah.
because their stuff was awesome.
Yeah, I think NECA was doing a really, really killer job. And they, they were, they weren't quite as detailed and as articulate as like the SH Monster Arts, but they were way less expensive. So it definitely, have it, being able to buy a really articulate, good detailed figure for like $35
Yeah.
was super awesome. I loved NECA, and I'm kicking myself for not stocking up on, because there used to be a time when I'd go to the store and be like, oh, there's a couple Godzilla 2001s, or here's a couple of whatever, this and that, and I'm kicking myself for not being more selfish and buying like one of your two, one to keep in the box, because
Yeah.
the NECA boxes look so great. Like it's just nice to have a sealed, I have a couple. I have like the Tokyo SOS one they did, the Biolante one they did. I have like 4 or 5. I think I have 5 NECAs in the box or something.
Jeez.
But I wish I had bought 2 of everything always to be able to have that sealed collection, because that would be like, aside from it just being really cool, with the way NECA's value is just spiked, especially sealed product. Just being able to brag on that and be like, oh, I have every NECA figure sealed right here.
Sealed and out of the box.
Right. That would just be so awesome to be able to have that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat, because when they started re-releasing all the old figures with those poster boxes, I was like, I don't need them. NECA will be around for a long time.
Right.
And, I wish I could like go back in time and get myself a poster box for 54, 94, Burning, GMK Atomic Blast. Like, those are the only ones I'm missing. And it's like, because, oh, dude, what was it? I think I bought the retooled 54 on eBay with the Atomic Breath. It wasn't in the poster box though. For whatever reason, it was in those old blister boxes.
Okay.
I got that on eBay like days after they announced that they would no longer be making Godzilla stuff, and it was $60. And that was like the cheapest.
Yeah, I'm sure it's only gone up from there.
Yeah, probably.
I haven't even, just to avoid temptation and avoid making me sad, I've tried to like avoid the actual value of the sealed NECA stuff. But I'm sure it's just, I mean, there's no way it's going down. It's at least going to hold steady, or it's probably gone up.
Oh, absolutely. And you see, that's what hurts the most, just because they were the perfect middle ground.
Right.
And because they were some people's first Godzilla figure. Because I did a video shortly after that, like thanking NECA, and I tried to reach out to as many people as I possibly thought, and I opened up a Google Drive account where people can record like less than a minute long video just saying thank you to NECA. And I did that just because, I know I owe NECA so much, because their figures helped my channel out so friggin' much, and whenever I had to contact them about something, they were always super duper sweet. So, and in getting all those clips from these people, people from, I think, Malaysia and all the way out in the UK that are like, we don't get anything over here, but we got NECA figures over here. And it's like, it's because of NECA that we had our first Godzilla figures. And it's like, I'm out here just trying to do like a thank you video, and I'm sitting here looking like a total dweeb, getting all teary-eyed from these kids that are just like, this was my first Godzilla figure and NECA made me a collector. I'm like, damn, man. And that, like, I know people have their reservations with NECA. That's perfectly, totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it was special, man. Like, they were in comic book shops, they were in toy stores, they were in department stores. You could get a NECA Godzilla figure anywhere for anywhere near 25 to 30 bucks. And it was a good time to like be in the hobby at that point, because they were everywhere.
Right.
It might have taken a little bit while to get there, but it's like, they were everywhere, man. Like, you could go buy a shirt, a slushie, and a Godzilla figure all in the same store. And it's like, what? And I miss that. I really do. And I know we kind of have that with Playmates. We definitely have a little bit more of it if you people stop scalping those friggin' you beanies. But, there's always going to be a part of me that's going to miss NECA. Like, even though there was a bit of like, a very small range which they chose to operate in, and everybody has their reasons. I'm not going to knock them for it, but everything that they did give us, it was great, and I'm going to miss it. I'm always going to miss it, because it's not every day that I feel perfectly fine with dropping $120 on an SH Monster Arts figure.
Right, yeah, but those NECAs were always worth picking up, and and like you said, easy enough to pick up that it just always made sense to get them, and it was never a chore to get them.
Yeah, you didn't have to use Zen Market. You didn't have to go to Big Bad Toy Store. You could for NECA, but
Right,
it was just easier. And
yeah, for sure.
I feel like a lot of us like really took that for granted, because we had it from 2014 to 2020. Yeah, 2020, and it's like that's a long time, but grand scheme it really wasn't. And
Right, yeah.
it sucks. Like I would have, like, I don't know, like after 89, I remember thinking in my head, Randy wants to do a Mecha Godzilla. I know it. What Mecha Godzilla is it going to be? And then GVK is coming out. I'm like, what are they going to do for that? And then like, oh, we're not doing GVK figures. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Why aren't you? All right. And like it was always just so fun trying to guess what they were going to do next.
Right, yeah.
And I remember seeing them say Mothra and Rodan for the first time, and I was like, no. And then the Ghidorah thing happened, and we don't need to relive that ever. But nah, like I'm gonna miss NECA, and y'all got the rights to Ultraman because Kid Robot's making Ultraman stuff, and you're not. You robot NECA, why ain't you making Ultraman figures? What are you doing?
Right, yeah. They certainly will be missed in the collecting scene for sure, though. Yeah,
100%. And yeah, like, I mean, that was like, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm gonna miss NECA. I absolutely am. The mystery minis they did with Whiz Kids were friggin' awesome. Their little hangers that they did of Godzilla was awesome. That big electronic Godzilla 2014 is still one of my favorite figures. I'm totally bummed the sound doesn't work, but I still think they did a way better job than people give them credit for.
yeah. I forget about that 2014, the roaring one. That one's awesome too. I wish they had done it. I wish they had done a King of the Monsters. To sit next to that. That'd have been really cool.
That would have been beautiful. Like, that would have made the stinging of them not making a Ghidorah feel a lot better, because it's like, oh, but we're going to release an updated version of the 24 one with the updated spine, all that other stuff. Would be like, okay, all right, but whatever reason they chose not, that's all on. That's it's his business.
Yeah, but that would have been a better forgiveness.
Yeah,
They
definitely.
That would have been really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And hopefully Hayato can deliver something probably not as easily available, but cheap as NECA was.
Right.
Again,
Yeah.
I don't know what their distribution's like, but like, case in point, I'd buy it, and I'm gonna buy it, and I'm gonna be excited about it. So just don't start releasing them next month, please.
Yeah, just give us a little bit. Recover after all these things. All the backlog stuff is all hitting in March. So.
Yeah, it's all hitting in March. It's gonna be hitting in April too. I thought I would have free time in April. I don't. So. Enough, you got the Sonic coming out, and I'm sitting here like, those figures look good though, and my bank account's like, oh, too bad.
Sorry, not gonna happen.
No hedgehog for you there, buddy. You've got lizard orders.
That's fine.
All
right, sir. Well, I don't want to keep you all night, though. I'm sure I could.
Oh, you probably could. I'm like 2 root beers deep tonight, so.
Yeah, that's good. I super appreciate you coming on. We'll have to do some more collaboration stuff. It's been a good time.
Absolutely. You're very fun to talk to. And I would love to, if you ever want to do like a conjoined review thingy together at some point, if you ever want to do anything, please like let me know. I'm totally open for it anytime.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd love to do all that. Sign me up.
Yeah, sign me up. I'm down.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we could toss around some ideas, see what sticks and what falls, or that's not how it goes. I'm sorry. We'll toss things at the wall and see what sticks.
Something stuff that doesn't stick would fall. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I think so. To me, it makes it. Well, it's funny you said it sticks and falls, and I immediately thought of like a sticky hand that you throw the sticky hands. See if it's gonna fall down or not. So we're on the same wavelength there.
All right, I was second guessing myself too hard.
No, you were good. So everybody, Shin RobJira, thank you so much again for hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun. We will definitely have to do it again. Everybody who has not yet seen your channel should obviously head over, check out all the goodies over there. And yeah, thank you so much for being on here.
Again, it was fun. And if you want me back, just hit me up with an email, or I can give you my number or something like that so I can actually respond. I'm so sorry again.
No, we made it happen, so it's all good.
But still,
no, it is all good. But yeah, so anybody who's lingering out there, thank you so much for watching. I think looks like we're probably sneaking up on the 2-hour mark.
Holy moly!
I know we got in the zone and just started talking. So we'll see if I'll have to dig through the analytics of this video once it's been up for a while and see if anyone watches this for 2 hours.
If you're here at the 2-hour mark and you're still watching, thank you.
Or we'll have to do a 24-hour Godzilla live stream at some point. Just
dear Lord,
only for ourselves because no one will watch.
I'll just put in the title that Rob screams about an SH Monster Arts figure, and at least I think 5 people would show up to that.
Sign me up, I'm in.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty. Well, I'll go ahead and get this closed down. Again, thank you so much. Anyone out there who's still watching, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Later.